Henry, we're in Jersey. Now, you're a big Hollywood actor now, and not everyone, yes, you are, not every one of those comes back to their hometown, to their home island, like you are, year after year, to help a charity like Durrell. So why?
Why? Well, Durrell's always been close to my heart. I remember coming to the zoo when I was a boy, and I've got lots of fond memories from here. And so for me to have an opportunity to come back to relive those memories as well as do something charitable, it's fantastic.
Why Durrell Conservation Trust in particular then? Because they do incredible work with endangered animals, don't they? So why is that so important to you?
Why is it important to me? Again, it's part of the childhood memories, and I've always loved animals. I've always been watching animal documentaries. It was always a thing of mine. It was always the animal documentary which went on first. And if I'm ever bored and scrolling through TV, I'm always going to the documentary section, like to look at whatever animals I can find on there. And Durrell, they're particularly good because they are unique in the sense that they have a fourfold program. They have all the stuff they do for conservation programs in the wild, which are very successful. They also have an academy to increase the ability and knowledge of the conservationists who are already working, or new conservationists. They have the zoo here, Jersey Zoo, which is incredible in a great way of perfecting endangered animal husbandry. It's a great training center as well. And from that, they can then work on conservation science and push that off to the scientists as well, who are helping with all those other programs in different ways. So they're very unique. They're the only ones who do that.
Yeah, and you mentioned some of those programs there. I mean, do you want to get involved in some of those other ones? Because they work in places like Madagascar, all sorts of places. I think you have been involved before.
No, I would very much love to go to those places. It's a larger undertaking than, say, coming here for a run and raising awareness. And it's something which I would really enjoy doing. But if I'm going to do it, I want to do it properly. And I want to make sure that it's something which helps raise awareness at the same time. I can't just disappear off for a year and work on a program out in the wild, because then I'm not working on raising awareness. And if I can do both, if I can both make it a public thing while doing my, getting my hands dirty piece as well, then great. But that takes some planning.
And is it, raising awareness, are you aware that the fact that you have been so successful, you don't like me saying that, but you've been so successful, that gives you a platform to show off the work that Durrell does? And are you very aware of that?
Yes, very much so. As soon as there's certain large roles that I've played which has brought me more into the limelight and more in the public eye, you realise that you have a voice, and it's a responsibility as well as something which is very enjoyable and I consider very fortunate. But yeah, I have a voice now, so I should use it for utilising change in a positive way.
With Jersey, it's a very unique place. I worked here for years, so I know that it's. Do you find that you could sort of walk down the high street and you're not too bothered here? It's very different like that.
Yes and no. I think weekends like this, obviously everyone knows I'm coming back, so it's everyone's excited to say hi and Jersey boy done good kind of thing. I do love it, but there's also that feeling of protectiveness. When I was out here last time, I remember some people came running up for a photograph, and another chap walking down the street went, leave him alone, he's at home, and he just wants to have a good time. And it was that lovely balance of people going, we're so excited to see you, and at the same time going, oh no, but you're home, so we want it to feel like home for you. And it does feel that way, and it's a real pleasure.
And I mean, what do you do when you're in Jersey? What are your favourite things to do? What will you do the rest of the day, or if you get any time?
Well, haven't got much time today, but if I were to come back for a weekend in the summer, say, I would probably go down to Beauport Beach or St Brillard's Beach and come here, actually. It's a really good spot to come, especially when it's sunny. It's really nice to hang around at the zoo and just see the island again, really, and then maybe stop off at a pub before going to bed. Always
a good idea. Let's talk about the race.
Yes.
Fitness. A lot of people are very interested in your fitness regime.
Right.
Well, tell us about sort of how fit you are in terms of running.
In terms of running, not very fit. No. I did 4 runs in preparation for this. I really haven't had that much time to fit the training in, and it was about 2 weeks ago where I thought I need to start running in preparation for this. I need to do something. It's difficult to fit it in, But this run isn't necessarily about racing it. For some people, like Gemma and Dan, who came first, they smashed it. They had a really good time. I don't know if they broke any records or anything, but their time was incredible. They obviously require training and constant training, and that's very important. But for other people, it's about, certainly for me, I came with my family and my friends, and it's about us sticking as a group and just enjoying the sights, enjoying being back in Jersey, having a good chat. It's a bit of fizz as well. It is 13K. No matter how slow you run it, it's 13K. And it's about having the enjoyment of the thing. So training for me wasn't a priority, nor did I have the time to actually do it.
Did you ever think when you were younger you would be coming back to Durrell as an actor and doing this? I mean, because when you're little, you dream about, lots of people dream about being a famous actor, and you've actually done it. So is it strange?
It's definitely strange. Yeah, I didn't think that I would be coming back to Durrell as an actor who'd played big roles and was in the public eye and stuff. I definitely didn't think that. And it is very strange to be back here. It's a bit surreal because every time I do come back here, I have a real anchor into my childhood. I have a lot of visual things to help with bringing great memories back, and a lot of emotion memory as well. And then you realise that, you know, people are excited to see you and they want your autograph and your photos and everything. And that's definitely, it's definitely a weird one. Yeah.
Does it feel
I'm
real?
very appreciative. I'm very appreciative of it, and I'm very flattered. But it's a weird one. And no, it doesn't feel real. I forget often when I come back here that it's not just to hang out with my family and have a good time. It's actually there's a thing to do, and it's important, very much so. And I'm glad to be here doing that.
And you do a good job, if I may say.
But
Would you like to see the government do anything more? I mean, we saw recently in the news nationally about the last male white rhino. Northern.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is that something that you'd like to see the government do more about, or is there any other aspect of things like?
I don't think it's quite so simple. The thing about like implementing new laws and everything, that's going to affect a very small part of what poaching is, because poaching is legal, and people are breaking the laws to do this thing. I think there's a larger issue at hand which needs to be dealt with, and that's not simple. Otherwise, we would have done it already. So there's a lot of people out there working very hard, anti-poachers and everything, and groups of people trying to protect these rhinos or whatever endangered animals they are, especially the big game animals, or those with ivory in particular. And there's no easy fix. It's going to take a lot, but the more awareness we raise for it, the more people who will then stand up and pay attention, and maybe that will reduce the reasons for this illegal trade in other parts of the world, which are still supporting poaching because they think that grinding down a rhino horn is going to give them some sort of medicinal benefit.
Yeah. And animals are very important to you because you have a dog, don't you?
I do.
Called Cal, who I thought was called Bear, but apparently they're linked.
I call him Bear because he looks like a bear. I also call him Pig because he sounds like a pig sometimes. But his name is Cal. His official name is Cal. And I love him dearly. He's very much like he's my best mate. He's my companion. He's been by my side now for 4.5 years, and there's nothing better than having that love. I've been through a lot, and you go through a lot as an actor, constantly traveling, constantly moving about the place, and to have that friendly face every time I get home, or every time I walk into my trailer at work, whatever it is it's a real blessing, because sometimes this job can really take it out of you, and it's nice to have an animal there who's going to do nothing but give.
Yeah, because you have to sort of travel the world, and sometimes the reality of what you do isn't as glamorous as what people think. So, yeah. Is it nice then, like you say, to have that smiley little furry face?
It's absolutely amazing. And yeah, sometimes it's not as glamorous, and even if it is looking glamorous, it's often a lot of hard work. But it's still amazing. Don't get me wrong. It's an amazing lifestyle. It's enormous fun. I get to travel and see the world, and get to tell stories and basically play dress up. And even though it is hard work, yeah, having Cal there has made it a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable.